video, we are going to discuss about optical isomerism. Actually, optical isomerism is a subdivision of stereoisomerism. And in case of optical isomerism, we are going to discuss about the spatial arrangement of different groups of atoms and how they interact with each other and what are the different physical and chemical properties observed as a result of optical isomerism. The basic technique is optical isomer. Optical isomer is actually the product of optical isomerism. And in which, what you mean by optical isomer is they interact differently with polarized light. And that type of compounds are generally called optical isomers. That means there is a connection with light. And here we are selecting a polarized light. So the compounds they are interact differently with polarized light, then that compounds are referred as optical isomer. Then the term optical activity defines the ability of a compound to rotate the plane polarized light to left or right. These are some basic definition. In case of optical activity, it will define it is the ability of a particular compound to rotate the plane polarized light to left or right. There are two possibilities to rotate left side or right side. Then we are taking the polarized light. That means we are going to discuss what do you mean by this plane polarized light and what is the experiment for this observation. The experiment is polarimeter experiment. In this we are using a polarizer. This is some of the basic experiment regarding optical isomerism. For this polarimeter experiment we need a light source, and from this light source we get a light waves, and in this figure we can observe its direction is present in all sides, or it is projected in all sides. That means these are light waves originated from this light source, and these light waves oscillate in all direction. Then this passes through the polarizer. Then we get plane polarized light, or PPL. What do you mean by plane polarized light? After passing this normal light through polarizer, we get a light wave with a single plane orientation, in which only the light wave arranged in a single plane. That means light wave oscillate in a single plane. Here the oscillations are in all direction. Here the oscillations only present in one plane, and that is called plane polarized light. This is the basic requirement of a polarimeter experiment. Then, and when it is connected with optical isomerism, again we need the same experiment with the help of an optical compound or a chiral compound. And that means there is a connection with optical isomerism. The same experimental setup, light source originated, and we get a normal light and connected to polarizer. Then we get PPL. Then we are placed a sample tube, and that sample tube containing the compound. Here I am selecting achiral compound. The sample tube is filled with achiral compound, and this is placed after the PPL. Then we can observe there is no change in the PPL. Its direction is in single plane here, and after passing through sample tube, there is no change observed in the light wave. It is also present in single plane. That means it will define actually the achiral compound does not create any rotation, does not rotate the PPL. There is no change observed in this PPL here when we are using achiral compound. So our observation is about achiral molecules are always optically inactive because it does not rotate the PPL. This is actually experimental setup and this experimental observation. Then we are concluding a theory. Achiral molecules are optically inactive. What is the experimental basis? They does not rotate the plane polarized light. And same way we are observing another experiment. light source, normal light, polarizer, PPL. Then we can place the sample tube, and in which it's containing chiral compound. Instead of achiral, I am taking chiral compound. And after this sample tube, we can observe there is a slight inclination of this light wave before the PPL position or PPL arranged in only single plane, and there is no rotation or there is no change here. And after they are passing through the sample tube which containing a chiral compound, we get PPL, and it is found to be a slight inclination or rotation towards the right position. That means here the plane polarization or plane polarized light have been rotated. What is the reason of this rotation? Reason of this rotation toward the right side? Reason is the presence of chiral compound. That means chiral compound causes some kinds of rotation, to the PPL. Then we get the observation chiral molecules are optically active. Why it is optically active? Because it rotates the PPL. This is the experimental basis. So we can conclude a theory. It rotates the PPL. That is why it is optically active. Chiral molecules are optically active. That means these molecules will show always optical isomerism. Chiral molecules shows optical isomerism. Then the rotation is found to be in right, towards the right position. So on the basis of the position of rotation or rotation angle, we can get two terms. We can get two terms on the basis of rotation of plane polarized light. That means the sample or the chiral compound rotate the PPL in either in right direction or in left direction, either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. That means there are two possibilities: clockwise or right, anti-clockwise or left. These are the two possibilities for the rotation of PPL. That means compounds will cause some kinds of rotation to the plane polarized light. And here then a compound will cause rotation towards the right or clockwise direction, then the compound is said to be dextrorotatory, and this can be indicated by dextro or a plus sign within a bracket or a small letter d. Similarly, suppose a compound will cause rotation of the PPL toward the left direction or anti-clockwise direction, then the compound is said to be levorotatory, and it can be indicated by levo minus sign within bracket or small letter L. And finally, we can say that optical activity is a I'm considering optical activity as a whole process. Then there are two components which shows or which responds towards optical activity, and that are chiral compounds and achiral compounds. Chiral compounds are optically active, achiral compounds are optically inactive, because chiral compounds can rotate the plane polarized light, but achiral compound does not rotate the PPL. And what do you mean by chiral compounds are? And we know that chiral compound means carbon attached with four different groups of atom. Achiral means carbon attached with similar kind of atom. Here I am taking methane and substituted methane. Achiral compound means minimum at least we get two similar compound of group of atom attached with the center carbon. Then this carbon is not chiral, and the carbon is said to be achiral. Here the carbon is said to be chiral because it is attached with four different groups. So this can be indicated by asymmetric carbon. And this is all about the introduction about the optical isomerism.